Hello, everyone. How are you? I want to talk to those that are remote workers, or maybe you're a leader that leads a team of remote workers. Over the past few years, we've seen an increase in the ability to work remotely. Studies show that remote workers are actually more productive than many of those that go into an office. It's offered opportunities for companies to save money when they don't have to lease property or buy or own property. They may even use the property they own to lease out to others. And it gives the remote worker maybe an environment of less stress. That's probably what drives more productivity. But as great as it is, it doesn't come without some struggles. One of those things that I think many of us have suffered over the past few years is possibly the isolation or the fear or the feeling of isolation. With as many of us that are working remotely, sometimes we feel like we're adrift on an isolated island, or just left alone and not being part of the team. So, what I want to talk to you today is some strategies and routines that you can use to overcome this. Because see, being isolated or that feeling of isolation, it can manifest itself in several ways. There can be mental, physical stress. Uh, I haven't done the studies yet, but I'm sure there's something out there that shows the increase in weight or due to the inactivity, physical inactivity, because I'm working from home and it's comfortable. I can sit in my chair. And I don't know about you guys, but if I sit too long, my back starts hurting. I can feel it at the end of the day. So I have to get up and walk around a bit. So let's talk about a few strategies. One of the best ones you can do is create a routine. All right. Start your day as if you're going into the office. Maybe it means dressing up, have a dedicated workspace. I mean, that's very important for me. My wife works from home, has worked from home for many years, and then when I recently started working from home, uh, I'm a rather social guy. So, and when I was in the office, it was not uncommon to go talk to my team, see how they were doing. Well, my wife got tired of me stopping by her office and seeing how she was doing. So I had to have a dedicated space somewhere away from her. So I wasn't disturbing her. And it also gives me the opportunity that I feel like I'm actually going into work. I'm not cleaning off a space at the kitchen table. Uh, Dressing for work. I'm not one that can sit in my pajamas and work. That's just not me. Maybe it's you. Try dressing up. I have a friend of mine that retired a few years ago and then started working for another company that allowed him to work remotely. Well, he was always one of the best dressed guys in the office. He had suit and tie. Well, his new job didn't require that, but he did it anyways. That was his routine to get up and get dressed so that he felt like he was going to the office. I know several colleagues whose office is located in a place in their house where they actually have to leave the house and walk around it and go into another door, like they're going to work. But the important thing is to create a routine. It's about creating those mental boundaries where work is here and home life is here. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't go put a load of laundry in, let the dogs out, walk downstairs to have a snack or whatever. But it is clear boundaries so that your mind is focused on work when you're working. Another one is leveraging technology for connections. Okay. Utilizing video calls and message platforms, not just for work, but to have a virtual coffee or lunch with colleagues, because it's the digital equivalent of the water cooler chat. How often did we solve problems in the office space by just passing somebody in the hall or having a conversation around the water cooler in the break room, whatever the case may be? Well, when you're working virtually, you don't have that. So you have to create it. So leverage the technology that's available to do that. Have a lunch with a colleague that you haven't seen in a while. Sit there on camera and eat a sandwich and discuss your favorite movie or what you're doing this weekend. It breaks that monotony and creates, again, an environment of collaboration. Another opportunity or another strategy is join online communities. Platforms like LinkedIn, Slack channels, and professional forums are great for meeting like minded professionals, other remote workers that may be struggling with some of the same things you are. And sharing those experiences and challenges with peers can lessen the feeling of isolation. And here's one that's very important, and we often forget, especially as leaders of remote teams: schedule regular check ins. Have meetings with your team. It's crucial for staying in the loop and being part of the team. How often do teams meet sporadically or impromptu inside the office? And I gather those that are happen to be there. But what I'm not thinking about, what about my remote folks? We need to schedule these so that they're part of the community and we're not leaving them out of the decisions. Because again, they can feel isolated. They feel less valued when we do that. So schedule those regular check-ins with your boss, with your team members. Here's a very important one. I can't stress this one enough. Prioritizing self-care. All right. Taking regular breaks, exercise, a hobby, whatever the case may be, because your well-being is paramount to success as a remote worker. And it's easy to get to sit behind your desk because you're in the comfort of your home and you're not thinking of it as work. That's one of the reasons we get so much more done in a remote environment, because we don't have some of the other distractions. But it's really easy to not take a break because you're comfortable. But it's important to step away. It's important to take mental breaks. Now, I don't mean, here's a challenge for you. Instead of just stepping away and closing your eyes and thinking of nothing, clearing your mind, actually focus on your mind on something other than work. But maybe it's looking outside the window and watching a bird, watching a squirrel play in the yard. It focuses your brain and it actually re-energizes and gives you strength and that vitality to keep going. That's a focus break. And get out and walk. If the weather's nice, I'm looking out here and I've got sun is shining, and I'm probably going to go out for a walk here in a bit. But just getting the blood flowing to your brain, it'll actually give you more energy and make you more productive. Another one is seek professional growth. One of the things that a lot of remote workers miss out on is those in-office opportunities to grow professionally. Maybe they're, the brown bag lunch and learns, but there's plenty opportunities out there that you can take advantage of. Attend webinars. Maybe pick one that goes off at lunch. Our company at Azimuth Consulting, we offer lunch and learns, masterminds, online courses, virtual conferences you can go to. Learning keeps you engaged and opens the opportunities for networking with others. And if you're in some type of business that requires you to meet people, well, there you go. There's a place to meet people. It's hard to meet anyone when you're sitting in your office at home. And finally, be proactive in communication. Don't wait until others reach out to you. Be proactive. Reach out and connect to someone first. The more connected you are, the less isolated you will be. Isolation in remote work is a common challenge, but with the right strategies, we can build a bridge to a more connected and fulfilling work life. So let's continue to support each other. I'd love to hear your journey. Reach out to me on social media. You can send me a message. If you want to download my digital business card, all you need to do is text leadership to 321-421-5213. You'll receive my business card and links to my website and opportunities to continue to grow. You can see our webinars and our events that come up. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.